going to be starting on the CT side. That's actually really big to mention here as well. Renegades, they're coming into this having lost both pistols on Mirage, but still winning Mirage. And now they start on the CT side of Train, where they've taken a lot of teams to the limit, but not quite won recently. I think this is a really good position for them.
Absolutely. It is a great position for the Renegades. They'll be on the CT side, and if they get off to a good start, they lost both pistols in the first map, let's not forget. But they get off to a good start here. I'm curious if they'll be able to kind of roll over DreamEaters just with that experience, with that superior firepower, with Gratisfaction lighting it up with the AWP. But DreamEaters will go 3 or 2 upper, or maybe not, just checking the close position, so they set up a trade there in case there was a CT at the end, but there was not. And so now they decide to fall all the way back. And given where Sviat is, and that he's holding nades and Speedak, looks like they're going A.
Somebody press control. This is a new commentary challenge time.
That's it.
Well, headshots have been deployed, and we can see that 4 players have been taken out for DreamEaters, and Sviat is the only man standing. I see that, I can't do it.
So Renegades will pick up, or looking like they're going to pick up their first pistol round in this series. Sviat is in trouble, that is for sure. So we'll have to see if they can get this kill, or if Sviat will actually be able to earn some money, because that is, you know, one of the things you might want to play for in this position. He's not saving any Kevlar, so making money from this is perhaps the best case scenario. Although look at this setup of Renegades just chilling. Now if he's running in this position and someone's in hell, they can actually hear him, so it's, yeah, they kind of just know what's going on, Renegades. There's no fanciness that can be done here. Just got to run out and get a headshot. It will be denied, of course, and 1-0 will be the case for Renegades. And this should be a walk in the park, as, you know, this is how we set it up. I think there's so much evidence to show that should be the case. That's how it should go. We've entered this stage where, you know, it really is the big boys that play at the major, and we will be, you know, we're into this elimination and advancement stage in the New Legends stage of this major. And as James noted earlier, ends with the first 3-0, which is good to see, considering they were a finalist despite any kind of roster changes that might be happening. They are still an incredible team.
Great start for Renegades.
Full save.
Yeah, no deagles, nothing. So at this point, you want to squeeze out a little utility. And Sviat will encourage that with the jumping left and right. You'll see him spotting, and there goes a HE. So a little slow play from DreamEaters. Again, this is there's a lot of rounds in this half to come, so just try and force Renegades to spend as much as possible, which may only be the odd grenade. The rifles were prioritized by Renegades, and it seems to be a smart decision based on a lack of investment from DreamEaters. They'll have their guns in the right place. Liaz needs to avoid a headshot, or avoid taking any damage. Well, actually, no. It won't be so relevant anyway in the round to come. So as long as he stays alive, then it's all good in the hood. Renegades patiently wait. JKS and JCam are playing fairly close together towards the B bomb site. Krad was making his way through there to try and maybe pull people away A and just slightly increase the chances of a bomb being planted on this A bomb site. Not going to happen though. JKS can rotate in and pick up that rifle once the round has been won. He's got a UMP. And will he be able to do that? Apparently not.
Okay, well, it's looking pretty smooth, and the buy will come out now for DreamEaters. So this is where, you know, things get interesting in terms of what we should come to expect out of these two teams. Although Renegade's still not on the maximum economy in terms of having 1 AWP or 2, or the option to have a second AWP out. So, you know, we're not going to see that element just yet. Actually, no, Gratisfaction is going to sacrifice Kevlar for an AWP. So he won't have any nades with it either. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We'll see DreamEaters on a full rifle setup, the Galil for Speedak. HE might do some good damage here. Yeah, absolutely. 52 damage to Sviat as he goes forward. Managed to take down Azza. Very timely push. That is some game sense right there, knowing the timing for that. Krad will take some serious damage though, as the incendiary forces him back. And Renegades down a man. in a great position, that's one, and there might be more to follow. He understands exactly how the flow of T's goes, and it looks like this is a strong hold for Renegades.
Just ran out of bullets towards the end there, but 3 alive is okay. It's okay for Renegades. It's a pretty good start for them. It's a pretty good start for them. 3-0 for Renegades. A solid position. They've got to be really happy with this. In these 3 rounds, there have only been 3 kills for DreamEaters. So again, that means money building for CTs. Putting the blocks together to build a tower of domination, a tower of dictatorship. What are you laughing at?
Well, we've got Renegades in a position where if they win this round, they're going to be able to upgrade to a second AWP soon if they want to. I'm kind of curious if we'll see that. They definitely have the ability to do it. I think that would cause a lot of problems for DreamEaters, a double AWP setup, but we'll see if DreamEaters can get some economic damage done, because that would definitely create an argument to avoid purchasing in a second AWP soon, but Liaz will take down Kinky, lightening the low. Speedak and Crowd weak as well. JKS holding perfectly here. This should be an easy kill. Sees an elbow. And JKM getting curious as well. He wants a piece of the pie. Piece of the eco pie.
Okay, everybody moves away. Some sniffing going on. They're like dogs in a park. DreamEaters looking for somebody on the train. I do wonder if you buy a smoke grenade, for example, and you throw a smoke into connector, and then you do that boost, if that encourages the CTs to hop up on that train where you're looking for them. Obviously, in a professional environment, they'll be aware of the potential for that. But in an eco round, or if you somehow have a scout or something, maybe it's a worthy investment. E-box position, really important for Azza. See how he's not holding the angle 100% of the time. Just comes out every so often. Continuing his spray from Azza, and that is a 4th round in the bag. So again, in these 4 rounds, there are 3 frags for DreamEaters. Liaz now buying his grenade at $7,000 in the bank. JKS just shy of 8. There's promise for Renegades. DreamEaters still looking for their first round.
Absolutely. Now, this is where things get really interesting, or should, hopefully, for DreamEaters, as they have this lovely full buy. Now, Renegades, they get the forward utility there to deny any fast plays towards Olofmeister, which allows Renegades to more comfortably take forward positions themselves. You know, they can have Pop Dog, E-Box, and Sandwich safely. And here comes the Molotov there to deal with any CT that was close. Dropping into the molly, you don't expect to see that. Beautiful play there, going to run through their own Molotov. And it's a 4 versus 4 with that pick. In they go. Explosive action from DreamEaters, really trying to shock and surprise Renegades with satisfaction. Oh, he does get flashed, can't land a shot, but he's still safe for now.
4 to 10 HP. Oh, Gratifax is going to be careful. That's all the information he needed. Out of the sky. He's running up the side flashbang. JKS from the ladder room. Distraction being run by Sviat, or sorry, to Sviat. And JKS comes in from the side. That's a strong round for Renegades. They survive a test where DreamEaters get some frags. Good situation for them. 5-0. Nothing on the board yet for DreamEaters. No bomb plants either, so you can see the lack of success. All these rounds have been won by elimination. JKS has not died just yet. I think it was a game of Cash where he never died a long time ago. I think it was in one of the Faceit leagues, but anyway. We have the scout for Speedak. We've got a lot of players making their way towards the hell position. Liaz will try to control with the incendiary, but he lands up in the wrong place. Through the smoke, he's eliminated. Sviat taken out in the meantime. DreamEaters have a chance.
Yeah, Renegades still have control of the bomb train. That's what's important. Azza will drop 1. JKS with the wide swing. JKM 2 dealing damage, and they're just gone. They are gone. So Renegades, despite giving up 1 position, they know how to move together to keep hold of that bomb train, and that's really what made a difference there. And it's a 6-0. Looking really calm and convincing so far for Renegades. Might not even want to swap to a double AWP setup just because this setup with the 4 rifles and the AWP is working out really nicely, and their money is building. It is really building quite quickly. There's not too many kills going the way of DreamEaters so far. unable to keep the money out of the hands of Renegades. And this is dangerous. This is really dangerous at this point for DreamEaters, and this is why they've taken this tactical timeout. Renegades, they are looking lovely. They're looking lovely. Does that make sense? Is that a thing that people say?
No. Well, I mean, yes, but not in the way you're trying to use it, Dan.
Oh.
I remember when Dan was trying to say that you could call girls handsome. I had to stop him from doing that.
Didn't work though. I'll do me, you do you.
3,000 to 3,700 more or less for DreamEaters. It's not an ideal situation for them. Renegades are storming, and DreamEaters, their lives are on the line. They've had no success.
Yeah.
This is a hairy situation for them. Coming into the beginning of the first game, we really didn't know what to expect of Renegades, but they're in a strong spot now. But from the DreamEaters perspective, I think they've achieved their dreams to some degree, but once you've done that, you've got to set higher ones. They're far away at the moment, but they're still in with a chance. Kinky's on the verge of 007. There's a lot of investment in terms of grenades and so on. Obviously, it's max loss bonus, so they can do that, DreamEaters, in this round. Even now, the damage is important. Getting some frags in this round is important.
Yeah, it really adds up. And Azza will take down one. And I believe that was towards the Pop Dog, as you can see, the body that cadaver. And they will drop into Azza, trying to commit to the trade. And between Azza and JChem, no forward positions can be gained. And that's the job of Azza and JChem. You know, if you can shut down... This is kind of what I was talking about before as well, is that you have to know how to deal with those positions, and where the meta is at the very, very top level of Counter-Strike when it comes to like the evolution of how you play into those positions, how you play against those positions when the TTs are having these close setups between Pop Dog, E-Box, Sandwich, and Olofmeister or T main. Like if you don't know how to deal with that, there's a lot of issues that you can't get to a push.
JKS watch. We are 7 rounds in, and he has not died a single time. Playing on the B bomb site with all these ecos, you would imagine that maybe he would, even a trade of some description, whether they plant the bomb or not. But that is not the case. He is 3-2-0 at the moment. As long as it's a 0, then that's a good indicator as to how good Renegades are doing. As a fourth forward into the flames, that was quite something. Now maybe there is something to be done here for DreamEaters. That was avant-garde nice. Here.
Yeah, that was really nice. That's beautiful to see because it means that they have an answer for that, because Renegades absolutely think that they can abuse that every day. Like, all day, I should say. Gratisfaction playing in front of the smoke, so he's not afraid to play close range with his AWP and try to get a couple here. He has no support except for flashbang from a distance. Sees the second player, goes in again, hits the tag. Out comes the Deagle to finish it off. He's blind, but still he gets it. Back to the AWP, he's close. But it's going to be Liam to finish it off. But now Forrester and Crowd have been unlocked, unleashed, uncaged towards the front of the bomb site. And there might be problems here for Renegades, but the Renegades have the bomb, so the problems are in the hands of DreamEaters until that situation's remedied. And flash through the smoke. The flashes have gone too deep though, and Liaz will keep himself alive. And Forrester now begins to wait out the smoke, but what a wait it is with the flank coming in from JKS. That's going to be a wrap. It's a good attempt from DreamEaters, but it will be a big fat 0 on the scoreboard still for them.
Yes, that is ultimately the situation. JKS still hasn't died. Kinky's now 008. He's M, maybe he'll make it to Q. DreamEaters have not planted the bomb in 8 rounds. Not even on half buys, where you just use the numbers towards... Well, to be honest, when you're at max loss bonus, I don't think planting the bomb is even a priority anymore, in fairness. You need to just make it expensive for Renegades with the idea of winning some rounds and putting them on eco to catch up. And that's commonly been the story, I feel, with teams like DreamEaters and Simon Gaming, who have surprised us in how far they've come or how well they did, where they had a deficit and somehow managed to claw things back. That's not looking too likely at the moment, and it will be quite the investment from DreamEaters. I think they will need a bomb plant for this one, with Forrester going down to $450. There's only so many rounds they can give up at this point. And they will head towards the B bomb sites, it seems. There's an early smoke up from Renegades. Who knows what's behind it? That will slow DreamEaters down.
All right, so DreamEaters will make their way forward slowly but surely towards the inner bomb sites. And Renegade setup is nice. They've got Azza towards Pop Dog. It's not been... I mean, there was no default in this round, so they haven't been able to really shift Azza from that position. So he's got a fast flank that he can offer up. And here comes the push into the side. There's two players here, JQ and JKS, and there is just spray for days. And the pop flash there as JKS gets to still look at the top position to cover himself. 1 HP for Crad, and he is dead as well. So they knew that was coming. They had everybody there to deal with it. It just wasn't in question whatsoever that round. 9-0, Renegades continue to dominate.
JKS watch. He still hasn't died after 9 rounds. Kinky now 009. What comes after Q? What can we see from DreamEaters? How can they make a... Okay, there's a very late tactical timeout there. 3rd of 4. Of a possible 4 DreamEaters. We've seen rounds where they just charged from main to hell and they still weren't able to get a bomb plant. So what is the... How do they make a difference here, DreamEaters?
Yeah, this is one of those maps where you can see like really solid teams. Or you know, individuals that can have a really good map pool, but if they're not really all that practiced up on train, they can get... They're insane individuals can get completely shut down on the T side of this map against a good CT team. And it's just because you have to have the tactical and strategical prowess to get past that first phase of the round where you're able to get rid of, get the CTs into some awkward spots, have ways that you can flash teammates into positions to succeed. But if you can't get your firepower into the right spots, then you just struggle massively on train. It's hard to force it. You need to have that utility game under control and the coordination behind it. Kinky going fast with the pop flash there into the E-box position. This is what we're talking about. Get Kinky into a good position here. All the way towards the E-box. He will be challenged shortly by the sandwich. There's a smoke though, and he's going to win that battle. There you go. That's a good start. Liaz will ask some questions towards that E-box. He sees the trajectory of the nade. The smoke dropped as well. How does he play this one? He's going to just stay tight to the train.
Yeah, Liaz can actually hide behind that smoke grenade, but what will he be good for? Can he play off of Gratisfaction? 1 versus 4 now. JKS has finally been eliminated, and that is the indicator of a potential round for DreamEaters, it seems. Kinky making his way into the ladder room. He'll get a clue on the dev cam as to Liaz not going towards ladder, but there's enough personnel for DreamEaters to send Viat in that direction. I think that was meant to go into the window. Now what does Liaz choose to do? Because there's so much money for Renegades, but he doesn't seem to actually be going for it. I feel like he needs to make it expensive for the T side. But that's not going to happen. He did have a route potentially into the B bomb site, but who knows if he would have made their attempts to do anything relevant. So it seems he'll prioritize the AK, although he's looking to find some players now. But he's gone the wrong way. Well then, DreamEaters are on the board. They've got 1 round. There are a possible 6 rounds to get in this half. So again, as horrible as it's looked for them, by half time, it could be a very different game.
Yeah, I think a lot of that as well for Renegades was that seeing so much harassment towards the Adabomb site. Given what they've seen so far, there's not too much of an argument not to just rotate everyone out of B as well. So we'll see if DreamEaters in that round have earned way more respect here now from Renegades, making a really fast play speed towards this Olafmeister position, catches speed. Gratisfaction going up green, follows up onto Ivy. What a beautiful start here for DreamEaters. 2 easy picks. Shaken with a good response though. He's in the mix in sandwich, and that could cause some problems because the bomb is in T main. How does it get across? The Pop Dog players have to get something going. And perhaps Kinky can help them out here by opening up Ivy.
That's a big headshot. JKS still deploying grenades towards the B bomb site. There are 2 players making their way in, but if the bomb was to rotate, it would be the risky way through CT. As you can see, the bomb just emerging into the through the Ivy position. JKS up top looking for Crad. Now it's just Azza, 1 versus 4, but he's in the right position for the bomb. He will have no idea though, and I don't know. You can see just moving into main. Now, where is the bomb going to get planted? They have complete control of the B bomb site, DreamEaters. However, the A bomb, the bomb carrier is kind of in isolation to some degree. Moving forward now towards bomb train, towards old bomb, into the B bomb site. A solo journey, but he will be joining his teammates, and has made his way towards Ivy. Again, I suppose now they could try to think of the long-term, the remainder of the half in terms of economy, and hold on to his rifle. JKM's got $2,500 in the bank, so at this point it may make sense to save. And DreamEaters move to 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because perhaps Renegades, didn't expect the AWP to be the thing, to be the weapon in the position of Olofmeister there, with that ability to kind of scope in at long pixel angles. And so that oversight was what cost them, I suppose. Oftentimes, you'll see the CTs also have a defensive smoke, or defensive smokes put up, so they kind of blocks off the players from Olofmeister or Sandwich from really advancing. So again, another round in which DreamEaters are earning the respect of Renegades. And when I say that, it means that you have to play tighter. You can't allow any gaps in your play because they will exploit them. And so maybe we'll see a different approach here from Renegades. But DreamEaters, they've had success off of the fast pushes. So this is the only success they've had. So that should also be something that Renegades are ready for now.
9-2. A lot of grenades towards main by Renegades, but what's better than a grenade? An AWP. Gratisfaction gets the opening frag. Revenge on Speedak, perhaps. 3 of the remaining 4 players with DreamEaters looking to maybe burst into the B bomb site. JKS is alone for now, but not for long, because Gratisfaction's made his way over to deploy a smoke grenade at the very least on the low ground. That's some great cover, and perhaps well timed for JKS, and Gratisfaction can focus on the high ground. Although he seems to be, okay, he's moving around, so we'll see how this works out. 4 players now for DreamEaters. No one too aggressive. They seem to have spotted something. Nice shot as he falls off. That's the bomb. That's all the information they need. JKS can say he's let one go towards the Spall's position, but Gratisfaction seems to be taken by surprise. JKS will deal with it, and that will leave Sviat, and we're back to how it was before. DreamEaters do 0 damage in that round. They did nothing.
Yeah, that's a yikes moment for sure. It's a 10-2 for Renegades, looking pretty happy about that one. I would be too. Now, DreamEaters, they've been foiled. Gratisfaction with great rotations on the AWP. And DreamEaters put back to square one, it feels like. But we'll see if they can find a way back into some success. They move towards Ivy. Deep smoke on Ivy, though, from the CTs, which could suggest a forward play, which is part of the reason why it's really annoying.
I like the idea, especially against
oh, it was a flashbang. I misread that on the minimap.
Especially against a team the nature of DreamEaters, who don't have all the experience in the wild just yet. It just kind of potentially throws them off their game, even if it's a flash or a smoke. There's a lot of hesitation that comes with that, being on the receiving end of that. And with the aggression on Ivy and the grenades towards main, maybe that's making them a little nervous in this approach to B, wondering if there was a push somewhere from Renegades, which there wasn't, but perhaps a suggestion of one will be enough for Renegades. Jacob makes his way into the ladder room at the minute mark, and he will be eliminated, however, by the likes of Forrester.
All right, so that's a great start. They got 50 seconds to go for the split. They might want Kinky further up Ivy, though. That would be nice. He's a bit deep at this point. As this could be where the round ends if Azza gets a good spree of kills. This is a notoriously dangerous position. Nice shot there from Gratisfaction. And we'll see him go for the second shot. He'll get taken down. And this is key time Azza's buying it, because the flank is about to be activated from JKS in Pop Dog. And there Liaz goes as well. Maybe it's not even required, because well, it comes in. And there's the trade from Azza, so it does serve a purpose. A decisive one. Kinky now been spotted. He eventually made his way through Ivy, but he's alone. He doesn't have the bomb. He's got 14 seconds, and the CTs know that he can't possibly get the bomb and plant it if they just harass him a little bit more.
8 seconds. Liaz can run away. He can leave Azza to die. And Kinky knows that there's not much he can do. He's got to hold on to his rifle if he can. But he might just lose it if Azza peeks in the right direction. Oh, brutal! Absolutely brutal. You can take nothing into the next round. Kinky left with $1,000. The money's here and there, mostly 3,000 to 4,000 on DreamEaters as we move closer to the last round of the first half. Almost there, but not quite. We'll see what DreamEaters have to offer in this round.
Yeah, and this is again to remind you guys, the loser of this series will be eliminated, and DreamEaters did lose the first map. If they lose this map, they are gone. That's their major run done. And it's just the pistols for them here in this round to look forward to, and Crowd is trying to get something, but he gets shot in the face. The AWP no less. Renegades stabilizing themselves after losing a couple rounds in a row. Nice shot from Forrester. What a peek. A little jiggle. Deagle's very good for jiggles like that. Just showing some face on the top of the ladder, but no bomb on SpeedAxe, so there's not really much he can do. Although getting towards the bomb planting position has, of course, forced the Renegades to just run forwards.
This is a weird round because the kills are basically irrelevant in the second last round. The lack of success from DreamEaters will be costly. A shoe is seen from Azza. All they can take from this really is if they can plant the bomb, they can get some bonus money. But now 2 versus 3, with so much time on the clock and the smoke for the choke point, there's a chance that they could actually win this round. Bomb being planted for the IV position, but the CTs won't be there in time to stop the bomb from being planted. Kratos faction starting to lurk, and this does limit where the Ts can be. You can see Jacob being patient, waiting for distraction, being run from his teammates. He doesn't know where the other player is. I don't know if Kratos faction just spotted Sviat around that hell area, near Sandwich. Now it's 2 versus 2. Okay, Sviat's got 6 bullets left. It won't be another round, but at least they got the plant. Again, the kills are irrelevant, but they got themselves some bonus money.
It's kind of a weird one indeed because, you know, Renegades didn't really see the bomb when they committed everyone towards that B-bomb side. They saw the player clearly on the radar. They could have seen whether or not he had the bomb, and yet they kind of all moved out of position. So it's you don't really see rounds go like that very often, but either way, 12-2, and Renegades looking good for the 13-2. But as you say, James, at least DreamEaters have all the money in the world to have a fighting chance in this final round of the first half on what could be the final map, should they not find a huge recovery moving into that second half. But for now, we focus on round 15. And, oh man, if you look at the kills to DreamEaters, it is a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from Forrester, no one got more than 4 kills in 14 rounds. That tells the story of the dominance we've seen here from Renegades. Man advantage for DreamEaters. We've got Crad trying to cause more problems for Renegades in this last round, and they will be increased with the loss of Ivy. Such a strong, important position to hold for both teams. And now it's in the hands of DreamEaters, although Jacob makes his way over there. Liaz in the middle of the bomb train. Jacob taken out in the meantime. This could still go either way. Liaz is stuck on the bomb train. We've got SpeedAxe just waiting for a peek on one side. The T's dealing with the other, standing in the flames. Not going to work out for him. And that leaves Jacob. 2 T's in the red. Does he know? Oh, he must know where SpeedAxe is because he got that last kill. Creeping out, but SpeedAxe's going to get a free one. Okay, and there is the third round for DreamEaters, a much needed third round, a difficult, terrifying, desperate half from them, and who knows what we can expect in the second half.
We'll have to we'll take a quick break, but DreamEaters, they are playing within inches of losing their tournament life. We'll see if they can keep it alive for a moment longer very shortly. So 2 minutes or so for DreamEaters there to collect themselves between halves, to get everybody on the same page, to give a pep talk, to get everybody focused, because it's going to be very difficult to place what this situation means outside of your minds, that you're down an enormous degree of rounds against an opponent that is hitting harder than you, and the result of losing against them is your run over with. And this is probably one of the most important moments of every single one of these individuals' lives, all being passionate Counter-Strike professionals, and they've never come this far before.
Renegades now moving with 3 players towards the B bomb site to clear the upper area, but with Liaz outside the IV position, I do wonder if they're going to wait. No, I guess he's going to be a late flank. We've got a P250 on JKS looking for those long range headshots. Nothing doing just yet. Kinky starting off well. Jake can buy the oil position. Bomb's not planted just yet. The bomb's not committed to anywhere just yet, actually. It seems it's going to be some kind of fake. We've got 3 of the 5 players on that B bomb site. Now we have the bomb being planted with IV holding control, Liaz holding control of IV, but there are CTs going around the back. Dan, please talk.
Yeah, that's a difficult situation. Liaz has to get another one, but just the 2 for him is it will be a rather flat run in terms of the duels, but they do get the bomb plant, so Renegades will have a lot of money to throw at DreamEaters, and they have 2 decisions they could make. They could either make the decision to just hammer their economy straight away, which I think a lot of teams like to do on train. Don't want to get the CTs in a spot where they can get momentum with their economy, or they save and they try to get as many buy rounds as possible, knowing that they have such a big lead already.
My brain is on one lane, my mouth is on another lane. But at 12-4 is the score. DreamEaters have got a rare round. Let's see what else they can do. Renegades are going to be pulling out the Desert Eagles. Liaz has bought nothing just yet. There we go. The butcher buy from the likes of Renegades. DreamEaters now. Let's see what they're able to do. We had more rifles on the second round from Renegades. DreamEaters will have some SMGs, some MP9s and such. We saw the birds fly away there from long. I remember when this map first came out and you could stand on those birds and be taken into the skybox. Those were good times.
Like walk on top of it, like pushed by force, the birds would carry you through the invisible ceiling. It's kind of a weird, it's such a weird thing, isn't it? I love that about video games.
I miss doing that on Dust on 1.6 in City Spawn. You couldn't go too far. Well, I mean, you had a fair area, but it was still, it's fun.
Oh, that was an opportunity there. JKS, you can see he was sort of looking for a peek as well, but he'll fall at that hurdle. Got his faction. Next up, stepping up to the plate, or perhaps Liaz. They go for a double peek. There you go, Liaz. He knocks it out of the park. Crowd's head will be rolling around on the floor. Now as it is just up to both of those IV players, and they'll be handled by Kinky. So 1 player will die, and that is Crad, and that's an acceptable loss. So everything going really according to plan. But here comes the buy now for Renegades. So they took the conservative approach, not force buying in that previous round with the bomb plant. And the AKs will come out.
Satisfaction. Could he have had AWP no Kevlar if he didn't buy Deagle? I think maybe he could, but perhaps they are more comfortable, or comfortable enough without the AWP for this round. Having the 5 AKs depends on your plans for the round and what you want to do. So let's see what their intentions are. Ooh, we've got to push from the CTs actually through the B bomb site. And I think there's a Molotov from inside the A bomb site to run distraction. What is this distraction? DreamEaters! Oh my god, how many kills are they going to get from PS3 match sprayed on almost? But Forrest is there as well. That was gangster.
Yeah, it's a great play. Renegades, they have a lot of space to work with. They know that. And Kinky might be in position, but it's a 1 versus 1. The smoke will allow Liaz some cover, although he's going to back away. So there will be some players entertained towards the B bomb site for now. And in the meantime, as has crept out towards the bomb train on A, Speedak doesn't know about this. He's going to give away some sound cues. The scoping, the dropping, as up at the bomb train. Surely it's a frag. Nice flick from Speedak. That is a critically important kill. Had he messed that one up, I think it would be over. But now he's also spotted the last player. So Liaz in a horrible situation. Needs some sharp shooting to get himself out of this one as he makes his way forwards. But there's 3 to find, and limited time in which to do all of it. There's the peak. That is beautiful from Liaz. Now he can plant the bomb.
Well, he hasn't gone in the most perfect position. He's actually potentially exposed to Sviat. I don't know Maybe he saw something, but the MP9 not the best tool for the job. So Sviat has made his presence known. The question is, where is the trade fragger? They're both coming in from the same position. Liaz has done well so far, but it's only got 44 HP. Not going to have the angle on Sviat, who gets himself an upgrade, and maybe an AWP can be rescued by Kinky or one of them. And there is round number 6 for DreamEaters. They move to half the score of their opponent.
It's really expensive though for DreamEaters. They are going to spend everything here in this next round to, I think, have to drop a couple guns and everyone buy up, so they'll not have too much left.
I think Sviat should have dropped the AWP or his AK on the way to get the AWP to his teammate, who took an M4 into the next round instead of an AK, and that can make the difference. I'm sure there can be preference, but I think that someone on that team surely would have taken that AK-47. But it is what it is. We have Liaz with the AK-47 for Renegades and a bunch of pistols. They want to keep the T2 economy honest. DreamEaters pull out the second AWP on Crad. 2 orbs versus what is essentially a 4 spy, despite the money in the hole. If they swarm a site, that could be awkward for DreamEaters. Forrester looking around these smoke grenades. He may have a grenade of his own. Spotting JKS, nothing fatal done, however, but he can have some area control. Kinky loses a chunk. 3-2 setup for DreamEaters, but have a look at the bomb. It is towards Ivy. With all his presence being shown towards the B bomb site, with Liaz in tow, the bomb waits to push Ivy, it seems.
So things calm down now for Renegades as they wait out DreamEaters, see if there's any plays to be made. Also bending out, utility. The longer they wait, it's always nice.
It looks like a double fake.
Faking into B-bomb side. Bomb spotted. Okay, well that's just been deleted. That's a little push, and Ivy's been destroyed. And there's not really much left for Renegades to do now. Yeah,
Renegade threw some grenades into the B bomb sites as just a push, but it was a fake. And they had a double fake lined up with 2 grenades towards Connector to maybe pull a deeper rotation in from DreamEaters, but Speedak just wrecks the people carrying the bomb. So the idea was nice from Renegades, didn't quite work out, but again, it was a half buy for them, and they still have a 5-round lead. So the first one, a re-aggression, he's far better equipped, and that will work out in his favor. 5-round lead for Renegades. DreamEaters continue with the double orbs. They've built some money now. It's not spectacular, so this will be an important one. Gratisfaction finally on the AWP, and there's a big investment towards the Ivy position. The usual grenades, nothing crazy happening towards the B bomb site. Although Crad looks to peek with the AWP, considering the smoke, but surely this telegraphs his intentions. He's going back as well. That's very aggressive from Crad. I respect it. And he's going to go back. It seemed like he was considering going for a 3rd shot, but it won't get too carried away.
Yeah, it could be the kind of shenanigans that could have actually pay off against Renegades. I mean, I think you do need to put them off balance, and they're going to make themselves known soon enough towards Ivy. They've got quite the push there. 3 of the 5 players through Ivy, so it'll be the Ivy team main split perhaps. Jakey is actually running back towards the dumpster to toss some nades, I think. And there's a flash Razza to retake team main. Chat will start to investigate towards Ivy, but the timing, it's not going to be good. Walking into Gratisfaction, Speedak with a lot of pressure now. He's kind of out here alone almost. We'll see this one towards Popplug. That's a nice shot. Can he get the next one? The smoke gave him the chance to do it, but it's a very panicked couple shots, but it's Kinky to be able to trade things out. 3 versus 3 now as Kinky's forced back.
Very timely Molotov from Azza. Important control of area for him. Crad got the other AWP, and he gives Ivy an option for DreamEaters, and his sheer presence over there will be a distraction. Moves to Old Bomb. In the meantime, we've got Kinky above the ladder position and Forrester making his way towards main. There aren't enough players here for Renegades, and it gets even worse for Liaz. They don't know where he is just yet. Now they do. He won't win his duel either. And round by round, DreamEaters are coming back. They didn't have much success on their T side. Renegades haven't won a single round yet. The difference is, though, that Renegades are planting the bomb. In half the rounds, that does include the pistol, Renegades have planted a bomb at the very least, whereas DreamEaters planted it once on the rounds they lost. And they lost a lot of rounds.
Yeah, so it's definitely getting to the territory where things start to get a little bit dangerous in terms of DreamEaters gaining confidence and Renegades starting to lose confidence or starting to feel the pressure, and that will call for a I think, more violent approach from Renegades. Sometimes in these spots, it can be really good to go for a B rush, because you can guarantee after plants, but they're going to go for a rush outside. That might work out as well. Getting Elias into a forward position when he go through the smoke is very dangerous. The shot's missed, and in that shot being missed, Elias does damage, takes down Kinky, and then unlocks the A bomb site for his team.
They need a smoke towards Ivy Renegades. They need it quick. We've got a grenade being deployed. That takes 2 players out of the game, and Az is keeping an eye on them. He's actually going towards Ivy. Sviat is stuck there. Actually, Speedax rotated elsewhere. JKS gets taken out. Az makes his way towards Ivy. Sviat is still creeping in that position. The smoke is still up for the time being. We've got CTs all over the place, but the bomb has been planted. Crad making his way into connector. We've got Liaz underneath heaven. There's so many angles for so many players. This really could go either way, but that makes it a lot better. Sviat taken out. Man advantage for Renegades. DreamEaters have to wonder about their money. 2 AWP take with a man disadvantage is less than ideal, to say the least, and they will slowly back up, it seems. Speedax hiding in plain sight for the time being. Renegades moving away with their first round in the second half.
It actually looked like the setup that was perfect.
Speedax unable to get the shots he needed there, and then the tide was unstoppable from Renegades. And it's a situation where Renegades, when they get that bomb down, they have 4 players left and they have the site that quickly. The A bomb site is one of the hardest to retake in Counter-Strike on train, just because there's so many positions that the Ts can occupy, and the nature of the trains, like these kind of long rectangles, it's very favorable for the Ts to kind of dance between, and it's very difficult for you to close the distance on them. So it makes it really, really hard because they can quickly get vision of the bomb as well. So it's just very, very hard to find all the Ts and actually commit them to a kill, or commit it to a kill. So 13-8 now as Renegades pick up a round on the T side, their first round on the T side. And will there be more success? Of course, weapons saved, so the economy's not really all that much in danger for DreamEaters, but their tournament lives are. We can't forget that. 3 more for Renegades to eject DreamEaters from this major.
He's right in front, so you can see him.
So we'll see what Renegades decide to do differently here.
A huge 1-2, but only 20 seconds. That's so.
Well, they're not going as fast as before. That's one change.
5 seconds. I'm not sure how they're going to get through.
Presence towards B.
Miscalculated is ever so slightly. 10 seconds now. Breeze with a headshot.
Looks like we might get an outer bomb site split given the positions of Renegades right now.
Bomb with 1 health left. 4 seconds. He turns to Renegades. Oh, but they're going to get the kill just in the last.
Listening to Anders go crazy is awesome.
Really close here.
A minute 15. Renegades playing it slow. Jacob makes his way down. The bomb still by main. DreamEaters start to come together. Where's the flashbang? Where's the flashbang? He now trying to do what he can, but there's an instant trade. Speedax with a tag, but no frag. JKS going nuclear on the A bomb site. Crad and Forrester remain. 2 versus 4. They need an opening. They need a way back into this round. They need something gifted to them. What they're receiving is a smoke grenade.
Crad at the back with the AWP, and again the money's not too critically low, but it's a tough one. You got to go for the safe. You just got to accept that there's effectively 0% unless Renegades just took their hands off their mouse and keyboard. You're not going to be able to win this one. They've got too strong of a position. So another round goes to Renegades. They found another outer bomb site plant. All they did there was they just set up, it's more or less a default, but a default which didn't have any Ivy control, and they just set up a push. They took Pop Dog, they took Team Main, and they set up a push onto the A bomb site with some grenades. So if that's successful for Renegades, that seems very replicable. Now DreamEaters need to play closer to the front of the bomb site, or rather towards Pop Dog and towards Team Main to better be able to deny such plays. We'll see if they change anything up in their setup here.
Scores on the doors at the moment. Liaz and Forrester, the frag leaders for their respective side. 22 for 9, Liaz. Renegades on a timeout at present.
First round on the board.
This is how things have been going. So again, they are planting the bomb almost every round, Renegades, and now finally it is leading to success. Renegades are 2 rounds away from eliminating DreamEaters for pushing their heads on the water and climbing back into the boats.
All right, Renegades Again, that last round, they could easily run that one again. Or they could go with the other option that worked, which was to get one person out to Olafmeister really quickly, keep that pressure up. Seattle make his way across. It's dangerous if the other team decides to go for a fast peek with an AWP. Can be caught. But Seattle will make it safely across. Deep Incendiary on Ivy there will do some damage to Grana's faction as he looks for a peek. He might just get the challenge. Both AWPers missing their shots. Speedak will smoke that one off. He spotted some information and he repositions to a safer position away from the tees.
I don't know if the bomb was spotted in the 2 of the 3 players that he saw, but you could see the reaction on his face was like, oh, there's a lot of people here. And Krad has made his way over from CT spawn, so he's got the back. If there's a rotation towards old bomb, he can deal with it for the time being. Speedak in the meantime is going for an aggressive play. And Molotov to try and force the players into the hands of Speedak, and it'll work. And instantly, we've got a 3-man burst from that IV position and looking for targets. Speedak's scope will obscure his position. Sviat jumps up, gets taken out. We've still got Kinky, but oh, never mind. He's going to get absolutely deleted. Grenade in his hands. Nothing going the way of DreamEaters at the moment. 2 versus 4, fighting for their lives. This round is surely over. I say that, but Forrester is in the ladder room. Do they risk everything? Maybe they feel like they have to do something. Crowd has spotted Liaz, who has a look. It'll cost him. They need more though. Forrester trying to use this distraction. Surely the teams are too well positioned. Indeed they are. Crab's got to hold on to this AWP now. He's by old bomb, but it's time to move away.
And they know as well, they're going to go for this kill. They've got so much money at their disposal. They know that they have their opponent on the ropes. There's a spray around the corner from J-King, and he's going to take out that AWP. And indeed, DreamEaters will lose absolutely everything in that round. And as you say, like there are some spots where they just kind of have to go for it. It's really difficult though. Train is such a difficult map if you're not prepared. And not to say that they didn't prepare, but just that it's if you're against the likes of a Renegades, a team that is very experienced on this map, it can be quite difficult to deal with. And we're seeing that DreamEaters are struggling from denying Renegades access to that A bomb site. And we do get a tactical pause from Renegades as they reach match point. Maybe, I don't know, forcing DreamEaters to ruminate in their despair.
Just dispensing some vinegar into the wounds. But it's good to stay focused. You can take nothing for granted.
Yeah.
Especially when you've lost so many games recently. Use all the tools at your disposal. You have nothing to lose but a timeout. And here we go. Many match points for Renegades. Both these teams fighting for survival, but maybe it's the end of the line for DreamEaters. And I think they've achieved more than their dreams at this point in their run at this major. The scalps they've taken, the surprises we've seen. Just a sheer improvement of the team, especially on the CT sides, versus the over-aggression we often saw at the minors. Then again, maybe it's not over just yet. 3 MP9s for DreamEaters. They'll be looking for close quarters plays, and you can see on the A bomb site, we have a 2-man push of the main position, but Forrester, he's got to finish here.
Can't get it done. Headshot from Grana's faction with the AWP, and that will trigger the push as Krad tries to defend here, forced back by the utility usage of the Renegade side, but they're eliminating DreamEaters one by one. Their dreams here at the major might come to a conclusion as it's just Kinky left on the rotation. Azza shoots him in the face. 1 bullet's all that's required to eject DreamEaters from the major. 16-8 for Renegades as they close this series 2-0. They will be safe for now.